Welcome back to SB2L. And today we have a special guest with us, Chloe.
Hey.
And
Hello, I'm Chloe. I'm a kidney disease and like dialysis content creator, and I also make content like about my lifestyle, cooking, and everything else. But mostly the focus is like kidney disease and dialysis and all that.
yes, she's a fellow warrior, okay? Um, so this series that I'm starting, it's about like dating on dialysis and the difficulties of dating with chronic illnesses, period. Because before dialysis, I was a type 1 diabetic. So I get, the pressures of telling your potential partner certain things about, your health conditions and stuff like that. So, what do you feel like is the hardest thing to do when dating with a chronic illness?
I think it's just talking about it, like especially when they're not used to like illnesses. Like
Mhm,
healthy people don't really
mhm.
know like certain stuff, so it's kind of hard for them to see like your perspective. So you always have to hope that you meeting somebody who's understanding when it comes to that.
Mhm. Yes, most definitely. And especially like with our age demographic, it's way harder because they don't really know about illnesses or certain like diseases or certain treatment plans or anything
Mhm.
like that. So it'd be like, oh my God, like why do I feel like a broken record? you know?
That's exactly what it is. It's like you answering the same questions over again. You telling the same stories. Like shit. Like,
Right.
damn.
Exactly. So how do you approach talking about it with your significant other?
um. So I've only been in like one real relationship with somebody while I've been dealing with this, and he dealt with it really well. Like, we kind of knew each other before we started dating, so he kind of knew what I had going on in my life. So it was very easy with him, like really easy. Like he helped me. He take me to doctor's appointments. He was very understanding when I was sick or when I needed to talk about it. He would just listen and wouldn't say too much.
Mhm.
And he even like when I had a kidney transplant, like he basically like took care of me. So he was very understanding. But I also have had like negative sides where I'll be talking to a guy and it'll be all cool, and it's like, okay, let me go ahead and open this can of worms, and then I will either get ghosted or it'll just be like really awkward. Like they'll be like treating me like I don't
Like you
know,
like
like
you untouchable,
yeah,
right? Like
yeah, like
I
baby, I see
mean
your
like
work,
dang, like
like
right.
just don't.
Girl, I get the exact same thing. It's either like for me, it's either like um you either get the people that okay they're just like okay and then something happens like okay we're out and my blood pressure get low but I feel my blood pressure getting low so I'm like yeah I gotta sit down for a second, you know what I'm saying, but then they like what's wrong with you, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like dude, like what you
Give me a
mean, like
second.
right, like just give me a second.
Yeah.
And I have had like people where they are too understanding, they want to know everything under the sun, and it's just like are you my doctor?
Yeah. Yeah, it could be really draining. Like, damn, like just hold on. Like
Right. Like I get like checking in on me every now and again, but and then it gets from like you just go get to know me to we constantly talking about my illness, and that's not what
mhm.
I want to do. Like
Mhm.
I have
Yeah.
doctors for that. I have a
Yeah.
counselor for that. you know,
Mhm.
unless
Mhm.
you trying to be one of them things, baby, gone.
Mhm. Like, and yeah, I think it kind of scares people sometimes. Like, bro, like I'm good, but I just need you to know what's going on with me, just in case something do go on with me.
Right,
Like,
like I'm giving you a heads up at this
hmm
point. Like if we're out and I start to stare off into a bliss, give me some juice because my sugar is getting low.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
just little things like that. But don't be like, okay, I gotta take her to the hospital. No, I done
mm,
told you what I needed. Just give me what I need, okay?
yeah,
you know? Um, so have you experienced rejection due to your illness?
yes. I was talking to this guy one time. And I think I kind of just told him off the rip because I didn't even feel like doing it. Like either you're gonna accept it or you're not. And I got ghosted. So I didn't really it kind of hurt my feelings a little bit because it's like, damn, like you didn't even get to know me. Like I'm just telling
Mm-hmm.
you just because I feel like I see potential in you. So why not tell you so? But yeah, I've had a couple of instances like that, but I think I just kind of get over it and just be like, oh well, next. Like,
Right. I be like, you know what? The first time it happened to me, I was all like sad and I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna die
mm-hmm,
alone. And blah, blah, blah. But then after it happened another time, I was just like, you know what? Forget y'all. You know,
mm-hmm. Because
my
it's definitely somebody out there.
right, my Prince Shiny armor gonna come around someday.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. He coming for both of us, honey. They
Exactly.
coming. I'm speaking it into existence, baby.
It's an existence. Okay, so speaking of like guys we see potential in, like I don't know, because at like my clinic sometimes it be like young people like working like as like the DA or like there was like one young tech there, but it was kind of given like yeah no, but like there's one DA at my clinic and I'd be like, Lord, if only he knew. You know what I'm saying? Do you ever come across that?
So yeah, but it was only one time though, because at my clinic it ain't really nobody I want to talk to there. But it was a
Mhm.
clinic that I had visited one time. They DA he was fine. He was looking at me and I was looking at him, but I wasn't finna because I don't really approach people anyway. I got a
Me
funny
neither.
heart,
I'm like, you gotta come to me, sir or ma'am.
so.
You gotta be like, hey, how you doing, or something like that.
Mhm.
Like,
Mhm. But I honestly be like a little self-conscious when it comes to like trying to approach people that are like nurses or like I don't know, it's weird. I guess I think they'll look at me like, you sick. And that's horrible for me to
mm-hmm.
think like that, but that's just how I think. Like when really that's who I need to be going after just in case some shit happens. Like type of shit.
Right,
But yeah.
girl.
Like,
I remember one time. I had like passed out in the store, right? And the little EMS guy who had revived me was looking like, oh my God, she needs some help. And I'm like, yes, sir, I need you to help me.
you though, you.
Yeah, specifically you, not nobody else.
Oh, yes, girl. Oh no, let me say this. I'm sorry to interrupt you. Have you ever been in a hospital, girl, and you had like a fine nurse or something, and it usually be like the transport people, the people that's coming to get you,
Yes.
take you to something, and
Uh-huh.
you know how it always be early in the morning, like, and they catch you when you look in the mess. I be hating it. I be hating it. I
And
do.
then don't you hate it when they like super, super fine and they like taking you to like go get something done, like they taking you to go get treatment, right? And they like starting a conversation with you because this is like their second time going to take you down there for your treatment or whatever. And I just be like, sir, I don't
Wait,
look
can
at
you wait till I
me.
get out?
Right.
I'm really fine outside the hospital.
Right. Like outside of this, I'm a 10, okay? And here I'm a 5.
Okay, like damn, like the hospital be caught blocking.
Yes, yes, girl. So how do you handle unpredictable symptoms while trying to date?
Um, So I've handled it two ways. One time I've been like trying to hide it and like trying not to make it so obvious to the point where it's like, damn, I may eventually have to say something because it's all over my face. And then
Mhm.
they've taken it, okay, it's kind of like why you didn't say nothing, like, kind of
Mhm.
concerned. Um, but yeah, honestly I usually be kind of like scared sometimes, but it also depends on who I'm with. Um but I think for the most part, I kind of speak up now. Like a few years ago, I think I would be like more so scared to kind of tell them what's going on or try to leave and instead of just let them know what's going on because really sometimes everything really don't even be that big of a deal, especially when it's
Mhm.
somebody who really messing with you like that. So
Right.
I
I
try not
feel
to.
this I feel the same way because like I have only been in one like real relationship and this was prior to me being on dialysis. And I went like 2, almost 3 whole years with this I told him I was diabetic, but that's just it. You know, I was
Mhm.
like, I wasn't like, okay, if my sugar get low, I might pass out on you or nothing like that. Like I was just like, okay, I'm a diabetic, and he was like, okay, like what do that mean? But okay,
Yeah.
and then it wasn't until one incident, like my sugar was dropping fast, like it was dropping so fast, and it was to the point where I couldn't see anything, like everything was like blurry, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna pass out in about 3.2 seconds. And he like, what? And we was on the freeway, and he was like, well, let me just come up and try and find a gas station. I'm like, yeah, no, I need something now. And he like darted off the freeway, was like looking for a gas station, got me some juice. I'm like, it's not working, it's not working. He like, hold on. He got me some sugar and got me some orange juice and mixed it all up. And he was like, why you ain't telling me your diabetes was this serious? And I'm
You
just
about to get him a
like,
heart attack over there.
I'm like, I told you I was diabetic. What do you think that means? But I was, being young and naive, I wasn't like thinking on the opposite end, like, okay, what if something does happen? Like, what
Mhm.
to tell people, how to react or how to help me. Like, I wasn't in that maturity level. I was just like, okay, I told them, which is a step up because before I wouldn't say nothing.
Mhm.
But now it's like, okay, I'm a diabetic, I'm on dialysis. If I start to look funny, just be like, hey, your sugar okay? Or you feel like your blood pressure okay. But it feels like, I don't know, like I feel like I need to have like a safety guide with me.
Mhm.
When you
Mhm.
dating new people, because it's
Just
like, oh, right, just here. If this happens here.
yep. Yep. Go to page 3. That's what you need to do.
Right, exactly. Exactly. So how do you navigate feelings of guilt or insecurities related to your health and relationships?
Um, I think I just try to be to myself and try to like really pinpoint what's making me feel this way. And most of the time, I really have to. Can I have to talk mess to myself? Like I really be having to talk mess to myself. Like, girl, what is you feeling like that for? Like, you can feel like that all
Mhm.
day, but at the end of the day, you still gonna have to go to dialysis tomorrow. Like,
Mhm.
there's no point in feeling guilty. But we do have those moments where we're like, damn, why this gotta happen to me? Like, why I just can't be normal? Like, but yeah, I just try to really sit down and give myself a pep talk, and encourage myself and speak positivity and light into myself because I go through a lot. So I kind of
Mhm.
try to give myself grace. I guess that's the word I'm looking for. So
Yeah, you got to give yourself grace because it's like I was visiting my friend because that's what he was and that's what he still is. I was visiting my friend and it got late, so I just spent the night. And I was just like, dang, I gotta get up to and go to dialysis in the morning. And he was like, "Oh, well, why you can't just, skip a day?" And I'm just like, "Yeah, no, I don't do that anymore." you know,
mhm.
I need to go to my treatment. You're welcome to either come with me or come get me afterwards, or we can do something afterwards. But yeah, no, I'm not skipping my treatment for nobody.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
I used to like be like, yeah, I'm gonna skip my treatment or I'm gonna come off early just because I know that I'm gonna go hang out with old dude later on. You know what I'm
mhm,
saying? And it's just like those immaturities, really like got to me.
yeah, yeah. I
Mhm.
definitely been there, and it's like sometimes you be lonely, and it's like then you got to think about it, like, girl, like it's your health over having fun. Like, come on.
Right. My mama always say, "Party to see another party." I'm like, okay, I guess. So, what are your strategies for building a healthy, supportive relationship when you do find yourself connecting with somebody on a deeper level?
Being open and honest about like just what I go through, like, and being uh um sorry, like not holding back, being very blunt about it. Cause like you said, you
Mhm.
told oh boy you had diabetes And when some shit went down, like, he like, oh, like, she really got diabetes. Like, just
Right.
being open, like, not being scared to let them know what's going on with me, just in case they do have to be there for me in that light. And it won't be scary for them either, because I'm sure it can be scary from a caregiver's point of view, or, somebody who
Mm-hmm.
so just trying to be open and honest, and make sure I communicate, and make sure that they understand. Because I know, like, when you healthy, it's hard to understand. Like, it's very hard to understand. So just try
Mm-hmm.
to be understand from their perspective, and try to make them understand from my perspective as well.
Yeah, because it was like when I first got the diagnosis that I needed dialysis, I was with somebody and I just told him this gonna be a lot. Like I don't want to cause I was like 22 and I was like, I don't want this to like hold you back. You know what I'm saying? Because this is a lot to deal with. And at first he was kind of like, nah, I'll be there for you. But then it came to a point where I was constantly in the hospital. He was just like, yeah, I think you was right about, stepping away. And I'm just like, yeah, but I kind of felt I was in my feelings because I gave you ample opportunity, sir.
Yeah,
You know, but I was just like, you know what? It's fine. I mustered up all that courage. I was just
yeah,
like, you
yeah. No,
know,
yeah, I done been there, girl. Oh,
yeah.
girl. I
And
remember
it's,
one time. I remember one time I was in the hospital, and I was talking to this guy. And I asked him, like, hey, can you come visit me? He's like, yeah, I'm gonna come visit you. This is when like COVID was like COVID. Like, I think this was
mm-hmm,
like 2022. Yeah. So I was in the hospital, and he's like real like, yeah, he like don't do masks, don't do like none of that. Like yeah, yeah. But so he was like, yeah, I'm gonna come, blah blah blah. Do I gotta wear a mask? I'm like, yeah, you gotta wear a mask. He's like, okay, I'm gonna come. And he like never showed up. Like, when I tell you that, like, broke my heart, like, and I feel like
right?
ever
Because,
since then, I try not to get in my feelings about that. Like, I
mm-hmm,
kind of be a little, I don't even know the word, but I be a little stiff on dudes sometimes. Like, I ain't trying to let you into my life too soon, because I don't want my feelings hurt. So,
exactly. Yeah, I definitely get that because, uh, the other day, my mom was like, well, why don't you just have your friend come and sit with you at the clinic? And I'm just like, don't nobody want to do that? Like, y'all barely want to sit with me when I need y'all to actually sit with
yeah,
me. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like, don't nobody want to do that.
yeah. That's real,
But
though.
yeah, but I will say that if you give them the opportunity to like say yes or no, or be like, okay, um I'll come sit with you for like maybe like a hot little minute, or I'll come, I'll bring something up to you, and or I'll send something up that way. Because a lot of people, I feel like this: if you aren't used to a hospital can be very intimidating with the machines and the noises and the nurses and doctors moving in and out the rooms. Like, it's very intimidating for younger people. So I don't blame, if I have a significant other and they like, yeah, no, I don't want to come to the hospital and see you. Yeah, no, I want to come to the clinic and sit with you. Or they squeamish, or things like that. But it is like few of many that will be like, yeah, why don't I come up there with you? Like I did, like a dude that I was just talking to over the phone. He was like, oh yeah, I went and I sat with my aunt when she used to go. I wouldn't mind, sitting with you. And that kind of was just like
It turns you on. Like, yeah, that makes me like you even more. Like, we go together, sir.
exactly like you're mine, period. Yes, but that did not work out. But I appreciate the offer,
Hmm.
and that's what I feel like a lot of people misunderstand is I don't need nobody to know exactly where I'm coming from. They don't need to know my walk verbatim, you know what I'm saying? But it's just the thought that counts, or the gesture of being like, hey, how was your treatment today?
Yeah.
Or are you feeling up to doing something later on? Like I feel like a lot of times with me being sick and not working, like dudes just feel like I got all the time in the world for them. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
yeah, no, that's not how this works. You know?
Hmm.
So it's definitely frustrating. I definitely had to cut off a few people because they're like, you ain't doing nothing anyway, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, I'm taking care of my health.
Right. I
I'm
got
taking
hobbies. I got other
right.
stuff I'm trying to do.
Exactly. Exactly. Okay, so what role do you feel your partner should or does play in supporting your health management? And how do you communicate these needs?
The only thing I think I really ask for is support.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just support me, like when I need to talk, or if I just want you to hold me, I done had a bad day, or I just need to vent, or just support me and try your best to understand where I'm coming from. Like, ask questions
Mm-hmm.
if you need to. Like, don't just listen to me. Well, don't just hear me without listening to me. Like, and actually knowing what I'm telling you. Like, I want you to understand what's going on. Like, just in case you gotta step up and help me. So really, just support and understanding, and yeah, just trying your best to understand for real.
Right. Just having a opening ear, you know.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yep, a opening ear is definitely important. So, okay, so we're all grown on this platform, right? So, how do you feel like your chronic illness gets in the way of intimacy?
So I feel like it doesn't for the most part. Well, it hasn't in a while because
Mhm.
I did when I first got sick. I did go through a period where I like was dying and my libido was it was down. So I
Mhm.
wasn't, feeling it at all. But now I think I don't have an issue, but I don't really even try to go there with a dude unless we have that connection. Because for me, like I get too emotionally attached sometimes, and I don't even want to, yeah, be in my feelings. But I've actually been celibate for about a year now because of it.
Okay.
Because I don't even want to be hunching on nobody who I'm not feeling like that, who can't be there for me, who I can't call when I'm sick or I need a ride to dialysis or when some real shit pop off. Like I'm not even trying to go there with you because I already know how I am, and really just my health overall. Like these dudes out here, they don't be caring about what they got going on. Like they'll
Mm-mm.
be with you and 10 other females, and baby, I already got kidney disease. I ain't
Right.
trying
I don't need nothing
to
else over
nobody.
here.
Nothing. So
I don't need nothing else over here, baby.
yeah.
And I totally get that because like when I first started, I was on PD and I was like, yeah, no, I don't want to be. So I was on PD for like 3.5 years, and I was like, I don't
Mhm.
want nothing to like happen, like somebody touching
Mhm.
something, and I'm like, yeah, no, I'm gonna just be celibate, right? So then when I switched over and I had the CDC catheters took it out finally and got access, I was out here. Okay. Not like with multiple people, but
Yeah,
but
yeah. No, I
yeah, I was like, okay, I'm gonna break it and then I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna scratch that itch, right?
mhm,
And
mhm.
so I have been like celibate for like the past maybe 2.5 years, and I just recently broke it, but I was hunching on somebody who was not for me. So now I'm back
Yeah.
on that train, and it's
Yeah.
hard. It's like, dang it, Lord, man, I thought I had
It
the
be like
one.
that. It be like that. Cause recently I done came close. But then
Hmm.
God tell me, nah, that ain't the one. I'm like, oh God, thank you. Thank you. Say goodbye. Say goodbye.
And then I feel like I was just like, because it's always like between that 2.5, 3 year mark, I'd be like, oh my God, why am I so alone? Like I need somebody to come and hold me, come and rub my back or
Hmm.
something, you know what I'm saying? And then it was just like, okay, you was moving too fast, and that's why that happened to you.
Hmm.
You know what
It
I'm
be
saying?
like that, man. God will humble you. Oh,
Yes,
it
for
be so
real.
irritating.
For real. I'm like, Lord, I thought I was doing good. He was
I
like,
was having
no.
fun, Lord. I didn't know that there was a red flag. I thought it was orange. My bad.
Or you didn't know it was a red light, you thought it was a yellow light, so you thought you had you put on the gas.
Mhm. Mhm. Girl.
Yeah. So like for me, like with intimacy, I don't really have a issue. Um, I I will say that there have been like a couple of times where it was like after treatment and like my blood pressure be all over the place. Like usually I don't take my medicine at treatment, like before treatment, and then I take it when I get home. But
Mm-hmm.
sometimes it'd be funny acting like I'll take it when I get home and then my blood pressure still drop. So it was one occurrence where like I was kind of like it was after treatment and I went over my friend's house and we was doing the thing, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And um my blood pressure, I could feel it getting low. Like of course he don't have a blood pressure cuff, but I'm like, Lord Jesus, like what am I supposed to do? So I got creative, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, just put my legs up.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta think on the spot. You know what I'm saying? You gotta tell her what I'm telling
'cause
her.
that's what they do in dialysis.
Exactly. Put me in $10 burg real quick.
That is so funny. Oh my god.
So yeah, it's just like little things like that. But he was like later on, he was like, "Why did you have me do that?" And I was just like, "Cause my blood pressure got low." And he was like, "Well, we could have stopped." And I was just like, "Okay, but that's not where I wanted to. That's not really what I wanted to do at the point."
Okay.
So
We was having fun, sir.
right, we was having fun. But don't be like me. Don't be better than me. Okay.
Yeah, say
Stay
something.
stay stay wholesome. Okay,
If it ain't
until
that
you
good,
get
then
your transplant.
no. At least you'll die happy. No.
And then, but I was just thinking like, dang, like why didn't I just like say something in that moment? You know what I'm saying? Like it's just little things like that be like, okay, maybe you not where your maturity level you think you are,
Mm-hmm.
but now I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna stick to this celibacy thing and we gonna rock it out, you know what I'm saying? I might be battling with myself a little bit, but
Because it definitely be a battle.
yes, it definitely does. And I tell people all the time, like I was talking to an older gentleman, and he was like, he was just like asking me like general questions. He was like, "Well, you don't get like urges and stuff like that." I'm like, "I'm still human. I'm sick. I'm still human. I still have bodily urges." You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, you would think like us being, sick or like our levels being not always stable, you would think like that libido would just like go out the window until we get a transplant or
Mm-hmm.
until we get what we need. And it's not like that. It's not. It's like that in the beginning, but it'd be like somewhere in the middle of your journey, your libido will be on 10. And I
Like for
was like,
real. Like some days I wake up and I'm like, damn, I thought with like what's going on?
right. I was like, calm down, calm down. Like, oh my goodness, Lord. Send me my husband. Send him to me.
Now
Send me to the
I'm
front
ready.
door.
I'm ready. Come on, sir.
Exactly. Yes. Okay. But so do you feel like if you were like, well, when you were younger, when you first had kidney disease, do you feel like the dating was worse then with the kidney disease, or do you feel like it's worse now?
Yes, I feel like it was worse then because I wasn't emotionally mature. And I was still learning about this. Like it took me like 3 or 4 years to really get adjusted to what was going on with me. Like I would still
Mm-hmm.
be drinking a lot of like, fluid and eating the wrong
Mm-hmm.
thing because I just wasn't grasping it in my head. And
Mm-hmm.
so when it came to like dating, I did peritoneal too. So it was a while where I was doing peritoneal and I was talking to this guy and like he was wanting to have sex. And I'm like, feeling kind of awkward because I'm like, dang, I got this tube in my stomach. Like he had never seen it, but I'm like, dang, I'm trying to have. So I went
Right.
and did it, and it was cool, but it was just like, dang, is this
It's
what I
like
really want
your
to be? Go
right.
ahead, go
It's
ahead.
like your insecurities. You know what I'm saying? Because like
Mm-hmm.
when you like a teenager, you got like those small insecurities. But it's
Mm-hmm.
like when you got stuff hanging out of you, you got like dang, like no, like don't look at me.
Yep. Yep. Like, like even now, like, okay, so I guess it's 50-50 because now, like, I be kind of scared to even take my shirt off because I don't want you to ask me like what them scars are, or what. Yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why now I like to kind of go there with a dude that know me and know what's going on, just so I will be more
Mm-hmm.
comfortable. Like now, it's about me being comfortable. Like I want to be comfortable, and I just want to be open and just be me to the fullest. Like, and not have to worry
Right.
about all of that.
Yeah, I definitely feel the same way. Like, I feel like when I first got sick, like you said, like the immaturities was still there, and I wasn't equipped or mentally there. And like you said, it took me like 3 years to really like be like, okay, this is what I have to go through. This is my new normal. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like, and it really like I got a grasp of it. I'm gonna be honest. I've been doing the dialysis 6 years. I really did not get a grasp on it until like 2 years ago.
Mhm.
And people would be like, "Oh my goodness, you just seem so well adjusted." Blah blah blah. Blah. And I'm like, "Yeah, now." You know what I'm saying? Like it took a lot, you know. And I feel like mentally, it took a lot. Like I tell people all the time, like physically, if this was just like okay, the needles every day, that's fine. Like I really don't care about that. It's the mental breakdown
Mhm.
of like me not being able to do what I want to do when I want to do it. I don't drive because my blood pressure just be so erratic, and it's like I have to depend on other people. I don't work right now because the job that I was doing, it was too much income for me to, get the help with the dialysis that I
Mhm.
need. And it's just like one thing after another. And I just like, when is this gonna be over? You
Man,
know?
man, it's definitely a lot. It's
Mhm.
a lot. Like you said, okay, but like, yeah. So I've been doing dialysis for a total altogether like 14 years. And it's so funny
Mhm.
that we talking about this because yesterday I was on Facebook and a memory came up and it was like September 23rd, 2010 on my way to dialysis. And I'm like, what the fuck? This still going on? Like
Right.
I'm still living this life. But like you were saying, you just kind of grasped it like 2 years ago. Like really same for me. Like right before COVID, that's when I had a transplant in 2019. So when I had my transplant, that's when I kind of realized what I had went through, what I was going through.
Mhm.
Because I honestly can't even remember how it was when my kidneys worked. I think I was
Mhm.
like 15 when I got diagnosed. So I really don't remember that life. So I got my transplant in 2019. I can't remember how old I was, but they had been 9 years on dialysis. So when I had got my transplant and I was feeling healthy, I'm like, damn, I was really going through it. Like,
Right.
this was really happening to me because I honestly feel like I was just like in a bubble. Like for those,
Mhm.
even now, like that I'm back on dialysis. Sometimes I just be feeling like I'm in a bubble. Like
Mhm.
it be some days I'm like tired as hell, and I know I need to go to sleep, but I'm trying to go find something to do because I feel like I need to be busy. I'm feeling bad for laying around but like, girl, you really be going through it. Sit down, like.
Right.
So
Like
it
these
be.
norms make you feel like, you lazy. Like I was just saying,
Mhm.
no, I think today in a post on Instagram, I said, if people, I said, this is my job. You know what I'm saying? If somebody got a problem with it, then forget them. It was hard for me to like accept that, okay, you don't need to work right now, and that's okay. Just thank God that you have the family, number one, to
Mhm.
support you, and you are able to, not work at this time. Is anything else you want to talk about, like as far as like relationship wise, dialysis wise?
Hmm. Um, like stuff that people wouldn't think about.
Mhm.
Like to a normal person. Like if you tell them, like, okay, for example, my mom came and got me the other day, and I got in the car, and I was just like, "Whew." And she was like, "You okay?" And I just got kind of irritated because I'm like, "No," but in my head, but out loud, I'm just like, "Yeah, I'm okay." And then
Right.
it's just like, I don't know, people don't understand, like, just being, scatterbrained and having like memory loss, and like I have really bad anxiety. Like sometimes, like I don't even be wanting to go. Like if I'm like hanging out with my friends and we finna go out somewhere, I already know we finna go out. But like when we get there, I'm like, damn, like I don't even want to go no more. Like it's all these people in here. Like it's just unnecessary anxiety that it gives you. Like
Right. Like I
it's
get like real like anxious like if I'm going out and like it's like a real long distance from like the parking lot to like
mm-hmm.
wherever I need to go, or like I get in the venue and it's like a real long distance from like where the start of the door is to like my seating or something like that. I'd be like, oh my God, like they gonna have to call a wheelchair for me or something like that.
Yeah, yeah. Speaking of wheelchairs, girl, one thing about me, I don't be trying to use no wheelchair, and I gotta get out of there. Like, I really be in my head a lot because I just be thinking, like when I go to Walmart and I be wanting to get one of like the little push carts, but I be like, nah, people gonna be looking at me like, you don't need that, you don't need that, you're not sick. Like, so I really want to learn to get out of my head about that because I know what I go through. Like, I may not look sick, but I know that I almost just passed out before I came in here. So, like,
Girl, I totally get it because like when I first got sick and I was doing the PD, I would do manuals a lot because I hated the cycler.
hmm
So I would just go out like during the day, filled up, and I just be like, I'm gonna get the cart, and if somebody look at me, I'm pregnant. Like, who gonna question me? I got a stomach full of fluid, looking like
yeah,
I'm 8 months pregnant. Like, who gonna question me? You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? So, and then like when I got out the PD, and then I still was like feeling like kind of like you know, little sluggish or like a little woozy, walking during in and out the store, I kind of got back into that. Okay, somebody gonna look at me funny, you know what I'm saying? But
hmm
girl, can I please tell you when I went to go see Beyonce right here in Michigan, and
okay,
this was like right after. It was like maybe like some months after my cardiac arrest, but I had to take my wheelchair because I already knew because I had been doing physical therapy for like 4 or 5 months, but I
hmm
knew I could not get through that venue by myself. So I said,
yeah.
forget it. I'm gonna just bring my wheelchair and we gonna go see Beyonce. And
hmm
I felt like embarrassed at the time, but girl, I saw this one chick and I swear she was younger than me. She had to be like at least like 20, 21, and she had her little roller thing, her little rascal thing. And I'm
hmm
like, now what I got to be embarrassed for? This girl, she got her booty show, she got her metallic
hmm
silver on, and she going to see Beyonce. I am not gonna feel embarrassed no more.
hmm
Like,
I'm glad. See how the universe be working.
yeah,
Like, see, you would have been at that concert just not even being able to enjoy yourself. Like, so I'm glad you seen that and you was able to calm down and that you had that experience and you got to enjoy it. Like,
yeah. I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna woo side.
yeah,
But
I'm here
like
for
all the way,
Beyonce.
yes, all the way down there to the venue, I was like, I think I'm gonna just leave the wheelchair in the car. I think I'm gonna just leave the wheelchair in the car. And literally in the parking lot, I saw that girl in her rascal. I said, bring out my wheelchair because I am not walking out.
Yes, because baby, you wasn't gonna make it, baby. I'm so
I was,
glad you
I was.
seen her.
Young person, you like, oh no, I'm independent. I don't need nobody's help. I'll ask when I need some help. I'll let y'all know. But we be like, yeah, no, we gonna figure it out,
Yeah, yeah, like for real. Like,
hmm And if it don't get figured out, it's not gonna get done.
yeah,
But yeah, we need to definitely normalize, asking for help when we know we need it.
yeah,
But it's hard, and I
it
get it.
is.
Hmm.
Yeah. One another thing I try to when I get in my head about stuff like that, this is so bad, but I be thinking about, girl, you mad about this. I mean, you feeling some kind of way of about getting a buggy when you at Walmart. And you go through dialysis and you go through all this stuff. But it's people who literally will have like a cold and feel like they finna die. Like, come on,
Hmm.
girl, you really going through it. Get that damn thing and go on. Like,
Exactly.
I really be having to really talk mess to myself, like for real.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's the only way I be staying encouraged. Like I be having to really be real with myself. Like, girl, come on. Like you really going through your whole kidney don't work like at all. Like
Right.
and it's causing problems with your body. Your body do not work how it's supposed to. Like give yourself
Exactly.
grace.
Exactly. It's just like, just throw it. It's broken. Throw it away. But
What
yeah, the Lord said, I need you to speak to, everybody going through this like you. And I said, Lord, me? He was like, yes. I was like, man, you ain't talking to me.
you said just like me.
I
This the
said,
same conversation we had.
you is not talking to me, right? He was like, I am talking to you. But okay.
Because who else gonna do it? Like,
Exactly.
who else gonna do it? Like, I just be thinking about if I die today, like, the message not even gonna be out there like I want it to be. Like, I want
Mm-hmm.
people around me to be able to know really what's going on with me. Because if you're being real, like, a lot of friends or even like your family members, they don't really, they know you on dialysis, they know your kidney don't work, but they don't know what's going on for real. Like, so I
Girl,
want people
yes.
to know, like, and I want it to just, yeah, like how we know what a cut is on our hand or something, like, or I
Mm-hmm.
don't, you know what you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I get it because like I feel like especially in our community, um, we don't know or talk about being sick until we in that moment.
Mm-hmm.
We might hear things now and then, but until we walk that walk, we be like, okay, and you know what I'm saying? That we be so focused on living our best life
Mm-hmm.
and posing for the gram and stuff like that. We don't understanding, okay, your health is your wealth.
It's definitely our job to get it out there, like you said, especially in our community and with people our age. They just think it can't happen to them, especially with like all the drug use for real.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's people don't realize how it's affecting their bodies. I feel like people don't even realize that their body actually is a machine for real. Like I feel like they can just yeah, I ain't gonna go there, but yeah. A lot of young people, they just like you said, it don't be on their brains to even be sick.
Girl,
Like,
yes, that'll be another conversation. Well, I just want to thank Chloe again for coming on and speaking with us
of
about our
course.
topic. Hopefully, we can have you on again to talk about some more topics on
Oh yeah.
SB2L. Is there anything you want to close out with or say?
I just want to thank you for, inviting me into your space and allowing me to, be on here. I really, really appreciate it. Like it's getting me more comfortable with speaking with it and I'm feeling like I'm finding my people. So I really appreciate you for that.
Yes, most definitely. Most definitely. Okay, you guys. Until next time, remember to snap back to life and like, comment, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to
Hmm.
subscribe, you guys. And we will see you guys later. I'm doing this series. I don't know. Okay, so I started to name it Chronically Dating. I don't know if y'all like that or not. So let me know. Let me know in the comments. What you think, Chloe?
I like it. I
Okay.
like it. And I forgot to say, I'm definitely down to do another segment. You just let me know so I can get my life together and be here. So, because
Okay.
we should make this a thing, girl.
All right, Chloe. Thank you.
Of course.
Okay.
To life, back to
Okay, it's on the
reality.
beat.
To life.